All right. Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, depending on where you're tuning in from. Welcome to our final day of trading for charity. My name is Patrick France, senior instructor here at VectorVest. Glad to be with you all. Hopefully, everyone is doing well. Good morning, Jay. Good morning, Mark. VV Nation in the house. Jockey Club in the house. Good morning, Quaid. Good morning, Gabriella. Hopefully, you're doing well. Tuning in from Ontario, Canada. Welcome, everybody. Hopefully, you guys are excited. Today is once again our final day of trading for charity. We've had such an amazing event so far, raising money for both Levine's Children's Hospital, also Toys for Tots. We have a lot of great content coming out based off of this on our YouTube channel as well, so make sure to check that out as soon as it comes out. Once again, for anybody just tuning in for the very first time, Trading for Charity is an event that we're doing. Hopefully it'll be our annual event that we hold every single year right around the holiday season to raise money and awareness for, once again, both Levine's Children's Hospital, also Toys for Tots, and at the same time helping you guys learn how to manage your portfolio, teaching you guys some discipline techniques on how to improve your own trading and your own investing. So without further ado, let's jump right into it here today. Before we do, I just forgot to mention, every single subscriber that we get during these events, VectorVest will make a donation on your behalf. So tell all your friends, tell all your family, tell them to come in for the final day, tell them to come hang out as we start off the last day of Trading for Charity to raise as much money as possible. Also, we do have our last giveaway here for Trading for Charity. Let's see what we want to make the actual code word. I didn't talk with Joey before this, so gonna have to come up with it on the fly. Let's make the code word, let's make it GME for GameStop. Oh, and is it me or is there a VectorVest logo right over my face? I just now noticed that in the side screen. Can you guys see that? Is the VectorVest logo right over my face in the bottom right hand corner? Whoops. All right, well, looks like that's going to be the way it is for the day. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead, jump right into the software, take a look at what's going on. Definitely a different day from what we saw yesterday, where we see the Dow is down about 1/3%, the NASDAQ is up 0.2%, S&P 500 down about 0.1%. Overall, the VectorVest composite up about 0.4% so far for the session. Therefore, we are 3 ticks into the yellow, the color guard is neutral, and VectorVest advocates caution when buying stocks at this time. Nope, it's not. All right, maybe it's just me, the way it's set up, the screen resolution on the preview page, but it looked like it was. So, all right, cool. Glad to make sure that's not the case. All right, so looking at the color guard down here at the bottom, right now we had 3 red lights across the board 5 trading days ago. So therefore, the best we could get, regardless of how well the market does here, is yellow lights across the board, which we currently have because we're up day over day and week over week currently. The RT is higher day over day, also week over week. Same with the buy to sell ratio, same with the MTI. So all of our market timing indicators are picking up nicely off of those lows that we talked about previously that show oversold conditions. And then looking at the trend column, the primary wave is up, so our weekly trend of the market is up, which is one of our most aggressive entries or timing systems here at VectorVest. Then the underlying trend is still down because the MTI is below 1. And then last but not least, we still remain in a confirmed down situation. So therefore, we got to be careful still. We're not quite out of the woods yet. We had a great rally yesterday off of those lows. Hopefully we can start to see some new volume or some new buying coming in. Right now it looks like a little bit of a hangover from what we saw yesterday. So going to be an interesting day to trade, but hey, we'll make it happen. All right, Mashika's already coming in with wanting to take a look at a few different opportunities. So we'd be glad to take a look at those for you. Franklin's asking, what's going to happen if someone actually wants you to look at GME? I will look at GME. That is perfectly fine with me. Hey, GME has their earnings announcement coming up in a little bit or later today after the market closes. And, from all the rumors and all the speculation, hopefully we get some sort of announcement, maybe not at the earnings call, but maybe afterwards or tomorrow Looking for some big announcement to come up, based off of the loop ring GameStop connection that people have been putting together. So looking forward to that regardless of what happens during the actual earnings call itself. Showing up over your left shoulder. All right, cool. All right, it may just be because it was just the preview screen was really small. So, all right, awesome. Glad to have that here. So once again, a lot of new people tuning in right now. If you're not already a subscriber, click on that red subscribe button so that way you can hang out and tune or chat with everybody else here today. And type in GME. That's going to be the code word for today. We will be announcing the giveaway winner in a little bit, but you guys can spam GME as much as you want in the chat. Let's get it going here. All right, so first and foremost, let's go ahead, jump right in, find some stocks, see what's hot, see what's not. So we'll go into the unit search, coming down here to the searches price volume. As always, starting off with my favorite search here, Daily Boomers % price change. Great for finding explosive candidates to trade throughout the day. So we'll go ahead and graph all these. I'm going to go ahead, change my layout real fast. Get it all switched up. There we go. And now going through, trying to find some ones that either have had some explosive moves and starting to pull back and then creating a new buying opportunity, showing signs of a breakout, or looking for ones that are just starting to run, breaking through resistance. Either one, great look here. Been well or done well for us so far. So RLX, I like what we're seeing with this one. Nice steady rise. You do have a support floor right around 471. Let's see. We also have resistance currently being held at 490. So if we can break that 490 level, that could be a decent entry. And Pamela's coming in as a new subscriber. Welcome to the VV Nation, Pamela. Glad you could be here. Thank you for all your support. Welcome to the community. And Geetha, I apologize if I'm messing that up, but welcome. Glad you could be here. Welcome to the VV Nation. Glad to have you in the community as well. All right, so PLAB, nice steady run from bottom left to upper right so far. I like what we're seeing with that. Only thing that concerns me a little bit right now, volume has been declining recently. Also, DPO slowly moving lower, giving us that bearish divergence. PSFE, looking pretty good so far here. I'd like to see it break that 427, showing that it has new activity coming in, but definitely going to make the list here. DWAC has had a lot of controversy here recently, and right now, been rocking and rolling, pulling back. Keep an eye on this one. Could be an interesting one. Do you teach day trading and have such a session on a daily basis outside of the charity event? Sunil, I've had a lot of people ask me about that. No, we don't have. I don't have a daily day trading session that we do. It's something that I may consider after this, especially from all the feedback I've got from everybody. I do a lot of day trading in our jockey club, however. So every Tuesday, I typically host a jockey club along with Steve Chappell and Glenn Tompkins. So you can catch some day trading there, but not on a daily basis, no. All right, let's go see what else we got. So DWAC, we're going to put on the list. LOVE, I like what we're seeing with this one as well. Going through them. EPAM, pulling back. Probably not best. No volume. Roku, finally coming back a little bit. EMBK, nice steady run from bottom left to upper right. Volume, fairly consistent. Low, but consistent. HUDI, not really moving anywhere. SONX, don't like the volume on that one. BEKE, I really like what I'm seeing with this one. Unfortunately, though, look at the divergence here. DPO steadily hitting lower highs. Price is steadily hitting higher highs. Let's see what else we have. KPLT. Once again, we were looking at this yesterday. Seeing a nice run here so far. LWLG, another one. Setting up maybe. PD, another good looking candidate. So we have some decent candidates here to look at today. So we'll go ahead and build that list. So ISIG, RLX, PSFE. So let me take a second to go ahead and put a lot of these in here. All right, so ISIG, RLX, PSFE, LOVE, DWAC. Let's go ahead and put those in first and foremost. Make sure we get the rest of them here. KPLT, BEKE. KPLT, BEKE. There we go. And Mark is coming in, starting this session off right with a $50 super chat. Thank you very much, Mark. Doing it for the kids, that's right. That is exactly what we're doing it here for. So thank you very much. Once again, everybody, show Mark some love for that super chat, that $50 super chat. Starting off today the right way. And let's see if we can get a trade to match that to keep the momentum going here. So right now, LOVE, I like what we're seeing here with this one. Let's go PSFE. Once again, waiting for that breakout. RLX, same situation. DWAC, still moving lower right now. Let's go ahead, take a look. BEKE. So out of all of them so far, KPLT, it's been on a nice steady run. You see huge volume coming in there. Let's go ahead, add some support right around 367, maybe finding a better entry at that point. Not very far off from that current high, but I like to see how it handles that 367 range. Let's see what else. Going back to it. So PSFE, are we getting ready to break through that resistance level? That could be a great entry here. Volume starting to pick up a little bit. I like seeing that as well. Let's go zoom out on some of these. Take a look at the end of days on these as well. So PSFE, looks like you had some support resistance right around that 330 range, right where we're currently at. You had it as support when it gapped down. Held above that before it broke down, now coming back to retest. We can break above that. That could leave a lot of upside potential coming in here. And then Quaid coming in with his $69.99 super chat. Thank you very much, Quaid. Appreciate that. Once again, everybody, show him some love. Thank you very much. I can't wait for you guys to see the content we have coming out. Showing all the work that's been put in, all the work going towards making sure we deliver on everything that we've been raising money for. So thank you very much, Quaid. As always, everybody, VV Nation, show him some love. All right, so PSFE, wait to see that breakout. RLX, whew, somebody had a fun day drawing some lines here, apparently, with this one. Let's go ahead, clean that up a little bit. Looking here, delete that. Let's see. We had support down here at 405. Clearly gapped above, moving higher. So at this point, looking at resistance right around 563 roughly. Big upside potential from where it's currently trading. So I like what we're seeing with that strong volume here today. Yeah, this is exactly what we want to see for an intraday mover here. DWAC getting a little relief after that craziness we saw when it first released, but probably going to hold off at least for the time being. KPLT retesting that resistance right around 367. We can see it was holding as a support floor here, broke down below, and now starting to come back. If we can break above that, we have a lot of upside. Realistically, looking at upside potential right around 550 a share. So pretty decent move, especially on a lower dollar stock like that. BEKE. Big move here today, but lighter volume relative to what we've been seeing. Also, as a swing trade candidate, I know some people have been asking about swing trade candidates. The 3 and the 8 just turned positive. We've gone from oversold conditions to coming out of oversold conditions. The DPO is starting to pick up. So I like what we're seeing on an end of day basis with this one. All right, so now that we've got a good idea of what's going on the end of day basis, looking at Love, last one. Forgot to look at this one first. All right, so with Love, we can see a decent support floor coming in here right around 63.92, pulled back, held or consolidated right around that support floor, and then starting to break out over the last 3 days. Look at volume continuing to pick up. Big up day here today. Also, as a swing trade stock, DPOs getting close to getting back above the level of 0, so turning from a downtrend to an uptrend. And looking at stochastics, we are starting to see it coming out of that oversold territory, which is definitely a positive sign, telling us that there is more upside potential than downside risk currently. So love seeing that, especially with stronger volume here today. All right, let's jump back into the intraday basis here and go through. PSFE seems to be rejecting that level of resistance currently, so we'll be patient. This one, I think I may have deleted it, but we'll go ahead, add it back real quick. 491, need to see it break that resistance level there. Let's see what else we have. DWAC, maybe starting to turn a corner here. KPLT, coming back, retesting that support. So let's go, oh, delete that. Go ahead, zoom in a little bit here. We can see we kissed that support floor right around 367. Volume's lightening up. I want to see volume start to pick back up, showing that it's, it has that potential to really pop off this bottom here. Good morning. Good job. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Thank you very much for the nice words. Glad you're enjoying yourself here. All right, let me go ahead, get rid of this so that way that doesn't get in our way. BEKE. Whew. All right, pulled back a little bit. Now starting to move higher here. You know what? I like what we're seeing with this one. This one has a nice steady rise as well all throughout the day so far. Let's go ahead, add it into the portfolio here. So we'll go into the Robo Trader. Say next. Trading for charity, next. All right, there we go. 22. Go ahead, put it 22.45. 22.44. Right at the average price there. And this has been a slow and steady one. It may have some pullbacks, but that's fine. Or most likely we'll see some sideways move, but that is fine. What we're looking for is just that continuation, that nice steady rise here. We like the end of day graph, and we like what we're seeing on the intraday graph as well. So that is in. Should be seeing that confirmation come through any moment now. Looking at KPLT. KPLT pulling back, holding that support. Would like to see some volume confirming that a new rally is coming in. But for right now, just got to be patient. And now the BEKE stock, that is going to be one we're just going to leave in there for a little bit. Let it have some time to develop and start to move higher. It's not going to, it could be a day trade, but more of just, buy early, sell it later. And if it continues that upward trend, as long as everything else continues nicely, then we should see, at least a slight gain with that one here. All right. So KPLT starting to break support. There's a BEKE once again. Really looking for something to start turning around or start to pick back up here. Patient with DWAC. Man, talk about following your plan. We had that level of resistance. We saw it hit once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. On the 4th time that it tried to break through, it couldn't, and then came tumbling back down. Now, PSFE has had a pretty substantial run so far, and we do have some support here, right around 420 a share. It's where it's currently trading. Had this sell off. Let's see if we can get a bounce here. If not, then next level of support comes down here at 415. And if we don't hold at that point, then coming back all the way down to around the $4 range. All right, so we'll be patient with that one. Potential, but for the time being, we really need to see confirmation. Looking at volume. Volume was a nice big green candle here at the bottom. On that minute, we didn't close at the high, but we closed pretty close to it. So this next minute could be could be a confirmation minute here. Looking at the 3 and the 8, 3 is still below the 8 slightly, but if we get an up minute here, this could definitely be an interesting candidate to jump on board with. Looking for a new momentum push here. So once again, be patient, wait for the trade to come to you. Don't try to, predict it, and don't try to jump in too early. Wait for confirmation with that. Because right now it is in oversold conditions, but as we know, it can stay in oversold conditions for quite some time. And with this support floor matching up with oversold conditions, definitely looks favorable for the time being. All right, so close. 421.12, 421.32. Getting very, very close to seeing that 3 and the 8 turn positive here. But volume, once again, volume is being a little depressed currently compared to what it's been trading at. Hey, Maria. Hopefully you're doing well. Going. I know I'm gonna miss you guys too, but hey, I do. As always, you guys can catch me on Thursdays on our mobile coaching sessions, and also on our YouTube channel as well. And maybe we'll have some more coaching sessions, some more day trading sessions like this. There's been a huge request for it, so that may be something we could possibly do here soon. All right, so PSFE 3 is it crossing? 3 is crossed above the 8. Starting to see new buying pressure coming in. Let me turn that off. Did I speak too soon? I'm going to go ahead and get the trade ticket ready just in case. We're starting to see some buying pressure coming in, but not quite yet. Let's go ahead. There we go. Appreciate that, Sunil. All right, waiting to see if we can get confirmation here with this one. All right, 3 is finally crossed above the 8. Volume starting to pick up a little bit. Let's see if we can hold this minute. If we can, that'll be our entry here. Come on, come on. Can you hold? Getting close to that minute. All right, putting an order in for 423. I like what we're seeing with this one. Should be able to get filled on that intra-minute move there. Exactly, and like Jay said, there is always Day Trading Tuesday in the Jockey Club, so you can always find me there as well. All right, so waiting to see if it got filled. We should be getting filled. It's trading right around that 423 range that we put the order in for. Just waiting for the order to come through. Come on, come on. Give me a fill. Am I gonna get it? And the nice thing I like about this setup as well, something that I'll talk about for a moment while I'm waiting to see if it got filled or not yet, is we're right in between that range, between 420 and then 427. So at 423, we're actually on the lower 50% of that trading range, or this channel that we've seen here. So I like being in that range there. If it pulls back, I have my line of sand, but if it goes up and then breaks through that level of resistance, I have a decent entry point on that. So therefore, it's a decent setup here. All right, 422. I should be getting filled now at that point. And it has gone through. There we go. Perfect. Filled 423, price 422.99, basically right at 423. So starting off on a good note here. All right, keeping an eye on this one. Let's see. We had some decent volume starting to come in, picking up off of these lows here. Strong volume here as well. These pullbacks over the last 2 minutes, light volume. That's exactly what you want to see, especially upon an entry. You don't want to see huge selling volume coming in right at the very, right as you get into the trade. So Gabriella is saying apparently PSFE executives are buying up shares per Barron's. Interesting. Well, that could definitely help boost the stock price a little bit there. But let's see, are we going to get the 3.8 turn back around? Down 0.4%. Hey, that's fine. Actually, even less than that now. Down about 0.25%. I can handle that. A 1 penny move is about 0.25% move in the portfolio or in the position. So as we can see, if we get 3 up, that would put us up right about 1% or so by the time we get to that resistance level. So let's be patient. Give this some time to develop here. Volume is still relatively low for what we've been seeing here. That is exactly what we want to have. is shorter long entry. So this is a long entry. Anything below $10 realistically, Sunil, is most of the time, 9 times out of 10, going to be a long entry, because once again, getting back into inventory, whenever you're borrowing shares from brokers, you have to borrow shares that they have on inventory. If they don't have inventory of that stock, then you won't be able to borrow shares to be able to short it. So therefore, most brokerages, the general rule of thumb is anything below $10 a share is going to be hard to borrow. Or most brokerages aren't going to have stocks that are below $10 a share to be able to borrow. So anything below $10, 9 times out of 10 is most likely going to be a long trade. And if I did try to short a trade below $10 and I actually got filled, trust me, you guys would definitely know it. All right. Still holding in there right now. Being patient. Starting to see DPO picking back up a little bit. Stochastic's starting to move. Turning sideways right now. Come on. PSFE. Let's go. We have our line in the sand right here, 420. Have our next level of resistance at 427, 428 roughly. So we have a nice entry on this one. The pullback that we've seen here, really low volume, and that's exactly what you want to have. Also, one of the things that we've hopefully you guys have learned over the course of these trading for charity events is money management. Having a plan in place. If you guys have noticed, not all of my trades have been winners, and that is fine. The portfolio is still up nicely, and that's because we cut our losers quickly and we let our winners run. So when you have tight stops like this, especially if you're day trading, especially if you're trading lower dollar stocks, you want to have tight stops. A few cents here or there, that is manageable. That keeps your powder dry and allows you to be able to fight another day essentially. And so, if you guys are taking away, one thing, hopefully you're taking away the money management aspect, and hopefully it's helping you guys learn how to handle a trade, how to select where your line in the sand is, and how to follow it and stay disciplined. Because as we know, discipline when trading, especially when day trading, is extremely important, as you guys have seen here. When you're, trading emotionally, that's when you start to get into trouble. You let positions go down too much, or you let positions go, up and then start pulling back too much, and you give away all your gain. So hopefully, if anything you guys are taking away from this is the money management aspect, and understanding that, to be successful, you have to have a plan in place. Never go in there expecting to have 100% winning trades, because even the algorithms don't have 100% winning trades. But as long as you're cutting your losers quickly and letting your winners run, the portfolio will still be going up overall, and that's exactly what you want to have. All right. So just being patient right now, just kind of moving sideways. We did see a nice uptick in volume here on a doji. So after a pullback, strong volume on a doji, indicating some indecision. So let's see how it handles this next minute or two. All right, let's go. Come on, come on. Moving the wrong way. Picking back up. Exactly. Like Jay said, hope and prayer is not a valid strategy. And that is 100% correct. All right. PFSE getting close to that support floor here. Come on now. Bounce off. So that weak level of indecision. Let's zoom in. Weak indecision. Looks like they wanted to retest those lows at 419. All right. Getting close. If it goes any lower, we're going to cut our loss quickly. Right now, at this stage, even at 418, only down 1%. That is very manageable on the position. So I'm okay with cutting it, especially knowing that we're going to minimize any sort of loss in that position. But we need to see if it can bounce off of that here. We're starting to see some buying coming in. Stronger volume, especially relative to what we've been seeing. Seeing after it hits that 418 level, we're getting a lot of buying coming in right afterwards. I'm going to get my trading ticket ready just in case. Close it out. Cut my loss quickly if I need to. But the fight between the Bulls and the Bears is definitely going on right now. Look at that volume here at the last few minutes. Look at that bounce off of that support, coming right back to that 419, 420 support floor here. Let's see. Come on, come on. You can do it. Get back above. I like seeing that tall tail here. Shows a lot of buying pressure coming in. Also, I don't know if Joey's in the background. Joey, if you are in the background, the code word for today for the giveaway is going to be GME. Since GME has earnings after the bell here today, and everybody who's watched any of the YouTube content that I've done over the last year knows I'm a big GameStop fan. The giveaway code for the day is going to be GME. So spam it as much as you want in the chat. That way you make sure you have a chance to win access to the Tampa 2-day event coming up in just a few weeks. How much percent do you take as a loss? So, Mashika, to answer that question, it's not necessarily about a percent. What I'm doing is more technical trading. So I got in right around the middle of this channel. And right now, if it doesn't hold the support floor, then I'm out. And at that point, I'll take about a percent loss. So 1% for my initial entry. I can handle that. I think most people in chat here today, or most people here with us today, can agree that a 1% loss is very manageable. And Brian coming in with a $50 super chat. Thank you very much, Brian. Great cause, great people, good place to be. Thank you for all your support. Everybody, show Brian some love. Thank you very much for that, Brian. So yes, to get back to your question there, it's not exactly about a percent gain. If you're swing trading, you're setting targets, percent gain, percent loss, that kind of thing. Understandable. But from a day trade perspective, looking at a more technical basis here, and therefore I'm looking at support resistance. I'm wanting to get in as close as possible to support. That way, if that support doesn't hold, I cut it quickly and move on. So that way I minimize the damage or minimize any sort of loss as much as possible here. All right, waiting to see if we can hold. Come on. We're stalling out, trending sideways, consolidating right around that 419, 420 support floor. Let's get a bounce. We saw that strong buying coming in at 415 level, 416 roughly. Let's see us get a bounce, start to move higher from this point. There we go. Right at that support resistance zone. Come on, come on. You can do it. You can do it. What happened to BEKE? Are we still in a trade? Order already filled? Yes. So that is still sitting in the portfolio, just holding that. It's been on a nice steady move. Hasn't really done a whole lot. Even right now, it's moved less than a 0.5%. So that's just going to be more of a slow simmer. Keep that in the background. Just let it steadily move here. So that's what, that's why we're focused on PSFE. That one will stay in the portfolio, most likely close it out closer to the end of the day, unless something changes with the overall market. Then maybe we cut it early, but for the most part, just going to let it, slow and steady, let it simmer throughout the session here today. Awesome. Thank you very much. Once again, Brian, thank you very much. Appreciate that. And as always, anytime you see that, everybody, VV Nation, show them some love in the chat. Once again, Quaid, Mark, and Brian coming in with some crazy super chats here today. So thank you all. All right, looking here, getting back above that support floor there at 420 a share. Volume starting to pick up a little bit. That's exactly what we want to see. There we go. Let's go, boys and girls. Let's go. 421, 422. I'll round that up, 422. Close enough. Getting back above. So one thing I will point out, this may be something some of you may know, some of you may not know. And it's something I actually didn't know until the SEC report came out on the whole January craze. Whenever you're looking at price, if you notice it going more than the first two decimal places, so right now, 422.24, that is an indication that a market maker is trading that stock or is moving that stock. Interesting little tidbit. Hopefully, hopefully I'm not the only one that found that new piece of information, but I thought it was interesting. That's a good way to be able to tell whether or not, market makers are trading the stock right now, or whether or not it is, people, individual retail investors out there. So little pro tip for the day. Keep an eye on that. All right. Coming down a little bit here. We saw that nice strong bounce off of that support. Strong volume, almost 200,000 shares just that last minute. Let's see if we can get follow through here. Come on, come on. For PSFE, why don't we buy at the support level? So the reason why we didn't buy at support level, well, we found it here. We were watching it hold that support here. I was waiting for the 3 and the 8 to cross over here. Once we had that 3 and the 8 cross, I bought 423 right here. In between that 420 and 428 support resistance zone, I'm slightly below. I'm below that 50% middle ground between this channel right now. So I feel like I have a decent entry. If I get in right at that support and then it goes down, a little bit, I cut my loss or I cut it quickly, well, then I've gotten out of the trade. And, if you get in right at support, you don't know if that's going to continue to move lower at that point, or you don't know if it's going to pop. So we were waiting for it to test support, show that it can hold support, and then getting some follow through, bouncing off of that support floor. That's why we were waiting and didn't get in at the 419 level. We were waiting to see that it could hold, bounce off, and the 3 and the 8 turn positive. All right, so come on, let's go. Let's see a nice run. I want to see it go back, retesting those highs, 428. Let's get back in the green with this one. Be impatient, though. Got to be patient. Come on. Keeping an eye on the overall portfolio right now. And Harrison coming in as a new subscriber. Welcome to the VV Nation, Harrison. Glad to have you here. Do you think Facebook and video are still good buy-in point, or are they too expensive now? Jonathan, remind me in a second. Once we get out of this trade, remind me. I'd be glad to analyze those for you. All right, come on. PSFE, let's start seeing some green here. DPO, interestingly enough. So we always talk about divergences. Whenever I can spot them, I like pointing them out, because over the 10 plus years I've been here at VectorVest, I've really honed in on that specific pattern. It actually, little background information for you guys. It actually started, I found out about the wicked wedges, not from anything else before VectorVest, but actually when I first started working here at VectorVest. I believe it was either 2011 or 2012. Brian D'Amico did a strategy of the week, talking about, the market consolidating, talked about that wicked wedge. And ever since that strategy of the week, I have noticed that pattern occurring quite a lot throughout the markets, either on intraday or end of day bases, bases. And so therefore I have found a high success rate with them. And that's why I like pointing them out, because I see a lot of potential, or a lot of good gains come from those types of moves. And right now, let me go ahead and add this here. So price was moving lower here, as we can clearly see. Look at the DPO over that same time frame. Hit a higher low, moving higher. Bullish divergence created right here, folks. You have some consolidation, some sideways. You have some support, at 420. You have the bullish divergence. We break above this high here. Let's see where that is. Let's turn out the freehand line. The high 423. So if we break above 423, we know that bullish divergence is starting to come into action. And then we know when that divergence, when it starts to come into action, we usually see a pretty decent run coming in after that. So keeping an eye on that for right now. Right now, since we are in it though, just be patient. We haven't seen any sort of signs that tells us the sentiment is changing currently. We're just being patient, waiting for the trade to really truly develop right now. All right, 420.5. So 421 roughly. Come on. New buying volume coming in. I want to see another big up move pushing us above that 423. The support floor at 419, 420-ish as is holding in nicely. I want to see that bounce off, start to move higher there. As I've stated before, it's funny how when you're doing these trades, like right now, it feels like this trade is taking forever. But when you look back on it, it feels like that trade happened pretty quickly. That's just how, how it works sometimes. It's a weird phenomenon, but, it's something I noticed that during these sideways moves, it feels like it's just watching paint dry. But at the same time, when you compare to what you're used to on the daily charts or, weekly charts, this is actually a pretty quick trade here. All right, holding that support again, coming back down, retesting it for now a third time, 1, 2, and 3. And now I'm starting to see a little bit of an inverse head and shoulders potentially being formed. So this would be the neckline. The support here is the neckline. And then you have uneven shoulders here. So if we can get a bounce off of the neckline, head back higher, that would be the confirmation that we're looking for. Here's your left shoulder. Here's your head. Here's your right shoulder. Let's see if we can get a bounce. Break that shoulder line there. The shoulder line there. All right. So just being patient. Come on, come on. Starting to see some volume coming in. I don't like seeing the red volume though, that's for sure. Zooming in a little bit so we can all see it a little bit clearer here. Look at those tails coming in. Still have about 25 seconds in this current minute. Going back and forth. Seeing a lot of activity back and forth here. Bulls and the Bears are definitely having a fight right now with this one. And the funny thing is volume looks extremely small. But when you look at it, this right here, this level here is 100,000 or 100,000 marker right here. So even on that light volume, that's still almost 20,000 shares. Does the volume support the head and shoulders? Yeah, the head's seeing a lot of buying pressure. You're seeing a lot of buying pressure. Let me go ahead and use the date line. So the shoulder, this right shoulder, we're still waiting on developing, but the left shoulder clearly does. Strong volume on that left shoulder, breaking us off. Strong volume on the head. Setting up strong volume for that right shoulder. If we can start to move higher from here, this would be that strong volume confirming the right shoulder here. So yeah, we do have some confirmation with the based off of volume as well. Great question there, Shervin. All right, come on, 422. Are we going to break it? If it breaks this would be a good entry as well. If you weren't in on the initial jump in, breaking above this this trend here would definitely be a great entry. Being patient. Come on, come on. Takes time to develop, but patience is worth it. And interestingly enough, we see what price has been doing here. DPO steadily picking up. We like seeing that. Does not show strong momentum now. Well, that's because it's consolidating. We're looking for a potential, pullback, retest, and then bounce for a new high from that point, just like we saw here, just like we saw here. Unfortunately, it's taken a little bit more time to develop, and that's fine. We can be patient. And looking at the setup, though, the setup is turning into a lot better of a setup than we initially saw when we first got in. We were looking for a quick reversal, starting to move higher, but now it's turning into more of a consolidation pattern. We break above this line here. It's off to the races. You know, sometimes, hey, the quick reversal doesn't happen. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time to get comfortable at these levels, and then we start to move from there. How does one donate? So if you wanted to donate, in the chat box right below where you just typed in at, you'll see a little gray box that has like a dollar sign looking icon on it. That is the super chat button. Let's see, are we going to get a pop? Come on. Light volume on this move so far. Decent buying coming in here. We had, let's see, almost 57,000 shares that minute. We had 39,000 shares that minute. So we're seeing a lot of buying pressure coming in, pushing us higher. Come on, come on, let's break. And as we've noticed, especially over the course of the last month, you know, it can take these sideways moves or this consolidation here. It can take a little bit of time to develop, but in a matter of a single minute, it could quickly reverse, quickly change, break through. We're just waiting for that strong buying to come back in, breaking through that that shoulder line here and starting to move higher. Let's go PSFE. Zooming out a little bit. Whew. Had a great run earlier this morning. For anybody in the Jockey Club, is this one that I believe Steve was hosting today? Is this one Steve took? Or does Steve trade this one at all? Come on, getting close, right up against that shoulder line. Let's go, boys and girls. Let's see that push. You know you want to. Gonna go ahead, extend it out. Is this the Hunchback of Notre Dame having two shoulders here? No. Oh, man. That had a great run so far today already. All right, let's go. Push. Pulling back a little bit. Still holding above our support here. GME, that's right. So once again, if you guys aren't already signed up, or if you guys haven't already entered the giveaway for today, make sure to type in GME in the chat. If you can't type in, that means you're not subscribed. So click on that little red subscribe button in the bottom right-hand corner, and then you can type in GME. We'll be doing the giveaway here soon. And to enter in, you have to type in GME in the chat, so that way you can get registered to potentially win access to the Tampa 2-Day event coming up in just a matter of weeks. Sunil's asking, what is the Jockey Club? So the Jockey Club is our live trading room we do Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. until about 10:30 roughly, where we cover, you know, what's going on in the market right out or before the market actually opens. And then we start to talk about, you know, what's hot, what's not, start to get an idea of what to expect for when the market does open. And then we do some live trading, have some swing trading. Recently opened up a bottom fishing portfolio. We do a lot of aggressive to speculative trading there. Young Frankenstein. Exactly. That's what I was thinking. That's a better example, Jay. All right, there we go. Stronger volume breaking us through that shoulder line here. Is the Jockey Club free if you're a VectorVest member? So Brad, the Jockey Club is a benefit. If you're a real-time and Derby subscriber, you get access to the Jockey Club. For everybody asking about the Jockey Club, let's see. I believe there's a link. Maybe Joey can put in a link, but I believe there's a link in the description of most of these videos that talks about it, or has more insight or more information on it. We also have some videos over in our university that you can check out as well that go over some of the stuff from the Jockey Club, and even on our YouTube channel. I know I posted a video not too long ago talking about or showing one of the trades that we had in the Jockey Club where we made right around 20% or so in a matter of 11 minutes. And half of that time the stock was halted. So, Yeah, there's a lot of great opportunities with that. All right. Getting some indecision after that breakout. Let's be patient. The trade summary. Where are you seeing the trade summary at there, Ravi? Manju's asking, what's the exit plan for bottom fishing stocks? Check out Steve Chappell's video he did this morning, or he did over the weekend. He talked about what's the best stops for bottom fishing that we've seen historically speaking. He did an excellent job on that. So make sure to check that out. That'll give you all the information you need to maximize the bottom fishing techniques there. AMC is on the move today as well. Yeah. Hey, it's called sympathy trading, aka basket trading. Media just calls it trading in sympathy. Got GME's earnings coming up here today, Glenn. So, of course, if one stock goes up, the whole basket goes up. Can I look at wire? Yeah, I'd be glad to. Let me finish out this trade, and then I'll take a look. I know we have some stocks lined up to take a look at, and I'd be glad to do that for you guys. Just let's finish this trade, and as always, after that, then we'll jump in. I don't want to start looking at other stocks while we're still in a trade, because once again, I want to teach you guys the proper methodologies to do this. If you're day trading, you don't take your eyes off the chart until you're out of it. If you do, you're most likely either going to, one, miss the prime opportunity to take your profit, or two, have the stock reverse, not be aware of it, and by the time you are aware of it, you're going to be closing out at a bigger loss than what you wanted to take. So I'd be glad to look at those stocks here in a few minutes. Let's see if we can get this trade knocked out, get a winner in the bag, and then start to analyze some of the stocks you guys wanted to take a look at. All right, come on. 422, volume is lackluster here. You know, seeing that decent volume for the breakout, coming back and retesting that shoulder line. Let's see if it handles it as support and starts to move higher from that point. I don't want to see it break back down below that there. Are we in BEKE? Yeah, that's just going to just be sitting there, taking its time. It's down about 1/3%. We've been up about 1/3%. Hasn't really moved too much since we got into it, but we knew that when we did get into it. We looked at the chart. It was just slow and steady grinding higher. So that's why it's not really the typical day trade, the quicker movers that we're used to. That's going to be more of one we just let it stay in the portfolio, close it out closer to the end of the day, and lock in our gain at that point. All right, come on. It's trying to hold that support line here. Let's get back above. Let's see that new buying pressure coming in. If we can get that new buying pressure coming in, that could easily start to see it run back up to that 428, potentially breaking through that level of resistance. Oh, I am, Mark, and yes, we do save some. We share them around with the education department, and Joey, of course, gets some as well. And thank you very much for the Christmas goodies. We definitely appreciate those. Recommended profit percent for them. So, Manju, what he talked about in the video was using the profit locker stops there, and that it's not a traditional stop. It's something that, it's a combination of a ratchet stop and a trailing stop all into one. Something only can be found here at VectorVest, and essentially what it does is as the price is moving higher, it ratchets up closer and closer to that the current price. Once it gets to that target, then it turns into a trailing stop to make sure it's locking in as much profit as possible. So it's not, just a percent gain or percent loss that he really recommends there. Are you offering any Christmas deals on the package that allows access to all your products and training? I don't know off the top of my head, Roy. If Glenn's in the background, maybe he can take a look, see what promotions we're offering. I know we have some type of specials going on, especially for the holiday season. I don't know exactly what they are, but maybe we can get some insight for you on that one. All right, there we go. PSFE's trying to break out, seeing some stronger volume starting to come back in. We're going to get a pop. Indecision. Once again, a lot of indecision here. It wants to move higher. Big jump in volume, no move in price. DWAC is on the run again. We'll go back and take a look at it. I like the pullback, but once again, the end of day on DWAC wasn't looking all that great. So that's where I was a little hesitant in that situation. Where to find the profit locker on the software? Give our support a call. They can help you out with that. You're welcome, Roy. All right, come on. So, Glenn, if you're in the background, is Joey here today? Is Joey in yet? Because typically we do the giveaway winner at this point, but usually he runs all that in the background for us. All right. Well, we got to be patient. Come on. Let's go. All right, let's see. It's still holding that neckline there. Just waiting to see it break. Setup is good. I like what we're having with this one. Waiting to see the breakout starting to move higher here. Thought we were going to see it here. Got a little bit of indecision. Still holding though. Just slowly, steadily building up right now. There we go. Seeing the GMEs coming in the chat. There you go. If you're not already entered in, make sure to type in GME in the chat for your chance to win the Tampa 2-day event coming up in just a matter of weeks. There we go. Last call. And if you're not already subscribed and you can't enter in, make sure to click that subscribe button now so that way you can enter in. Last call for it. Come on. Volume really slowing down here. We had really consistent volume here, pulling back a little bit, but look back here. Let's go ahead and zoom in. Analyze this last section. Great volume earlier on. This sideways trading, slight uptrend, lower volume, and then the volume started kicking back in. Then it took back off. Right now, sideways trading, slightly up, waiting for taking a little bit of a breather, waiting for that new uptrend to start kicking back in now. Zoom back into the trade. I don't know, Roger. Maybe they're just waiting for the trade to start rocking and rolling before they smash that like button. Come on. Let's go. Let's see that new volume coming in. Just still moving sideways. Look good. Pulling back a little bit. And now we can even change this pattern up a little bit if we wanted to. And this is going to be for Jay out there because I know he loves these. Let's go ahead, zoom in here. What do we have? We have that wicked wedge consolidating right now. Let's see if we can break above the upper part of that wedge here. Start to move higher. Consolidating, pop. Let's go. Let's see that pop. You know you want to. Anytime now. And now. Man, that was pretty awesome how yesterday we nailed it. Second I said pop, it just took right off. Couldn't have timed it better on that one yesterday. Feel a wedge? Oh yeah, Jay, you know it. The wedge is here. Appreciate the kind words there, Robert. Thank you for coming out and hanging out with us today. Yeah, we're wedging PSFE right now. That's for sure. Getting close. I need to see that volume, though, confirming that breakout. Right now, it's testing that upper part of the wedge here, the consolidation. But volume is still light. We need to see that volume pick back up. The lowest volume we've seen throughout this whole sideways move, coming in right at the apex of that wedge. It's time for Glenn to do the wedge dance. And Lionel, I believe. Lionel, welcome to VV Nation, new subscriber. Thank you very much for your support. Glad you're here with us today. Everybody, welcome Lionel to the VV Nation. All right, come on. That's not the way we wanted to see that wedge. Last chance, maybe? Let's see. If it closes a minute out like this, I'm going to go ahead, get out maybe even earlier. Instead of letting it get all the way down to that 419 level, 420 level, I'm going to keep an eye on this wedge. It's trying to hold. And if I close out right now at 421, that's 0.5%. Not bad. I will take a 0.5% loss to be able to go jump into something else. That is A-okay with me. All right. There we go. Got my order in. Getting ready to pull the trigger. Let's see. Yeah, it just doesn't want to hold right now, it doesn't look like. Final call. It's going to jump. That selling volume we're seeing there, I'm not really liking what we're noticing with the trend. It's trading below, outside of that consolidation. We do see some buying pressure coming in on these lows. Strong volume relative, especially relative to what it's been trading at. But is it going to take off? Doesn't look like it. Trying to hang in there, but at the same time, the charts are telling me that weakness is starting to kick in. And Gabriella coming in with a super chat. Everybody, show Gabriella some love. Thank you very, very much for that. With a $35 Canadian super chat. Thank you very much for that, Gabriella. Thank you for all your support here for what we're doing right now. Greatly appreciated. All right. 420, it's trying to. Whew. That is the craziest looking 3 minutes of candles I have seen in quite a while. Let me go ahead and delete this real fast. Take that off. Zoom in. Look at these tall tails. 1, 2, and 3. Every time it dips, it's starting to bounce off. If that's not somebody loading up for a new run, I don't know what else would indicate that. Let's go ahead, zoom back in. You know, seeing the buying pressure coming in off of these lows really has me hesitant to pull the trigger to dump out of it. Woohoo! And Mark coming in as the winner for the Tampa 2-day event, the final winner of the giveaways here for the Trading for Charity event with Mark Norton. Mark, I know you're in here. Let us know. I see you just chimed in right before that, so I know you're here with us. Nope. All right. Come on. Somebody's loading up right now. Congratulations, Mark. Everybody, show Mark some love. The winner of the final Trading for Charity event for the Tampa 2-day event. Congratulations, Mark. All right, let's see. Is it going to move higher? Come on, you can do it. Saw a lot of buying coming in off these lows. Even that next minute, 4 minutes with tall tails showing a lot of buying pressure coming in. 3 and 8 is looking confused. 3 and 8 in a sideways move. 3 and 8 aren't the greatest. 3 and the 8 are good for trending stocks. When you're moving sideways like this, consolidating, 3 and the 8 are not the best tools to be using. They're good to keep on your graph, so that way you can keep an eye on them, but they really perform the best when you're in a trending situation there. Who was that? Roger. So yes, the 3 and the 8 are great in a trending market or a trending stock. Right now in this consolidation, not the greatest here. I will give you that. All right, let's go. Come on. I was looking for it. Gonna go ahead, delete that, clear things up a little bit. There we go. Come on, you can do it. Push. Push. That loading up right there. Who wants to move higher? 423. Can we get follow through? Come on, come on. You can do it. Get some follow through here this minute. Let's go. Let's go. Whew, there we go. Finally breaking above that 423. Starting to head higher. Let's see if we can get to that 428 level. Come on, come on. Strong volume coming in on this minute here. The Bears are trying to keep it depressed or keep it down, but the Bulls are not having it right now. Let's see if we can go. Nice look right there over the last 3 minutes. Coming back. All right, we broke out of that, so I'm going to go ahead, delete that, and then start to get into support resistance once again. We have that support floor right around 423 off of this sideways move that we saw here. Broke through, holding it right now. Let's see if we can get a bounce. It is really really trying to get out of this range-bound trading right now. Come on, come on. Let's go. Starting to see the break. Let's get followed through this minute. This is the confirmation minute. This is the breakout. This is a confirmation minute. Got about 10 more seconds. Are we going to be able to hold? You can do it. You can do it. There we go. All right. I like seeing that. Closing at the very high of that minute. Let's go. Let's get some movement to the upside here. NVIDIA coming in with the $20 super chat, $19.99 super chat. Thank you very much for that, everybody. Show them some love. VV Nation, you guys have been amazing. Once again, thank you all for all the super chats, all the donations, all the kind words. I couldn't have done this without you. The last month has definitely been a lot of fun, and I appreciate all the support, everybody coming in, hanging out, for helping, to bring some awareness to a great cause to help less fortunate kids have a better holiday season, and also to help you improve your own investing. This has gone better than anything I could have ever expected. So thank you very much for all the support. VV Nation, show them some love in the chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, come on, come on. You can do it. 423, it's still holding. Let's go. Off, bounce off. Let's go higher. You know you want to. You know you want to. Bounce now. Bounce now. Maybe today's not the day that talking to him works. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. There we go. Come on, 424. Let's break 424, move to 428. Let's go. $424. This has been slow, but this has that potential that we like. I don't want to jump out of this trade too early, especially with what we're starting to see. There we go. Now, 425. 426. Oh, Jay, that's pretty good right there. 426 right now, stronger volume. This is the move we've been waiting for. Glad we held through this. We saw them loading up at that 419 level. That support floor held in. Now starting to move higher here. Patience is a virtue. Very, very true, Jim. I can't stress that enough. Hopefully, this teaches you guys patience is definitely a virtue. And Sunil coming in with the $10 super chat. Thank you very much, Sunil. Everybody, VB Nation, show them some love. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us every single week. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, finally PSFE is up. And as we were looking here, people were loading up off of that pullback right there. You saw a strong volume, nice tall tails coming in at the bottom, now starting to move higher. This is why patience is a virtue, as Jim stated, and this is why we have to be patient, wait for the trade to play out. Nothing throughout this sideways move was telling us that the trend was changing. So therefore, once we got in, that's our play. Unless we notice something going crazy or something changing, we stick to our plan. We plan our trade and trade our plan. The report that appears right after you enter the order showed filled an open position. So that's just showing, Ravi, that's just showing the orders that have been placed through this account. There's multiple portfolios in this account for Jockey Club. There's there's a swing trading, there's bottom fishing. There's a lot of different portfolios that go through that same account. So that's what you're seeing, not specific to the Trading for Charity event, just for the overall account there that we use. All right, let's go. Getting close to that 428, 427, a penny away. Let's go. All that stress for a penny? Not done yet. All that stress was not for a penny there. And I don't know what stress you're talking about. Is anybody in chat stressed? I know I'm not. I'm not feeling any stress right now. With the support of the community, the VV Nation community here, hey, today's a great day. There's nothing that's gonna stress me out. Stress me out right now. There we go, Jay. There is no try, only do. That's right. Looking at the volume on this most recent run back to that level of resistance, we have strong buying volume coming in, keeping that momentum going, keeping the push moving higher here. Why don't we get out and find something else on the move? Why would I get out right now? Is it starting to get towards that level of resistance and potentially breaking through it? What is the sell price for PSFE? So we looked at the end of day. I'd have to remember. Let's go switch it real fast. PSFE. PSFE. Let's go zoom out. So potential profit target right around $5 a share. So we got in at 423. That's a 75-cent move on a $4 stock. Not a bad gain potential right there. We can get above this level of resistance. It's 427 or 428 has been a level of resistance, on an end of day basis. If we can break above that, we could see it retest the opening from the gap down, which is around 5. And if we break above that, then we could see it fill that gap, because as we know, once it breaks above that $3 or that high point there from the gap down, then it has a 90% chance to fill that gap there. Woo-hoo-hoo! VV Nation coming into the chat with a $400 Canadian super chat. Whoo! Wow. Was not expecting to see that here today. Don't know who that exactly is, the VV Nation, but wow. Thank you very much. VV Nation, show VV Nation some love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is amazing. I was not expecting that. What a great way, great last session of the Trading for Charity event. You guys have been amazing. I'm glad to be a part of the VV Nation here. Wow. Yeah. Thank you for that. All right, let's go. Let's start to see it pick back up, getting in here. Volume starting to pick up a little bit. Come on. Push higher. You know you want to. Yeah, extremely generous. Thank you very much for that. Greatly appreciate that. Give me a second here. Thought I turned it off. There we go. All right. Getting back into it. Come on. Come on. If the 3 and the 8 cross below, with the volume starting to pick up a little bit, I may consider just taking my profit. I know you guys have a lot of stocks you want to see. Get to some of those. Maybe find another trading opportunity here for the session. Come on, though. I'm going to get my trade ticket ready. About a 0.5%. Hey, 0.5% better than negative 0.5%. So let's go ahead, get it set up just in case. Not pulling the trigger yet. I'm keeping an eye on it, but since the 3 and the 8 are converging, I definitely want to have the trade ticket ready to go as a backup. Small win rather than letting it turn into a loss. Are the 3 and the 8 going to stay positive? Let's see. Let's be patient. 425.77, 425.61. The 3 is still above the 8 right now. It's the 3 is still holding in there. Come on. You know you're not done yet. But yeah, as I mentioned earlier, for everybody just tuning in, this PSFE, we looked at it as a day trade. We're day trading it right now. But as I mentioned before we ever got into this could also be a swing trade candidate. I know there's a lot of people in here that were looking for some swing trade candidates. This could be a decent swing trade candidate as well if we can close above that 428. If we can get back above 428 and close above that level, this could be an interesting swing trade candidate as well. As I mentioned a second ago, you have some decent levels that we want to see get broken. And if those levels get broken, there's huge upside to fill that gap, which could make it a very, very viable swing trade candidate. Never hurts to take a profit. That's what I'm thinking, Jay. 3 is still above the 8 right now. That's what I was saying, is the 3 is above the 8. If the 3 closes below the 8 on a minute basis, I will go ahead, just take it, move on. We're already in the green, up a little over 0.5%. You know, not what I was really wanting, not what I was shooting for, but hey, a gain nonetheless. As I've, personally, if I wasn't here with everybody here today and it was just me, behind the background, just trading on my own, I would still be sticking with it to shoot for those higher gains. Because we're live and because we've got a lot of stocks to get to today, if the 3 crosses below the 8, I'm going to cut it quickly, take my small win, move on. But, everybody's a little bit different. Sometimes you may stick around, try to go for the bigger winner. Just got to be a little bit more patient. That's fine. Are we going to pop, though? It's trying to. A lot of buying pressure coming in off of that low. Is this going to be the minute I close out? Let's see. 425. The 3 is technically below the 8. Is it? 425.56, 425.59. Oh, man. Woo. I made JMIA a swing trade yesterday and I'm making money. Well done, Tangy. Yeah, that was another candidate we talked about yesterday that, yes, it was, looking as a day trade, but could very easily be turned into a swing trade. That one. And then what was the other one you guys were trading? I tried to get into, for some reason, the order never got filled. But SYTA, I believe, or SY something. But I know a lot of people in here made some really good gains off of that. And if I recall correctly, it held above that support floor, that resistance level. And so it could have been turned into a swing trade. So yeah, you do have those opportunities from these stocks that we're looking at. Yes, I'm day trading them, but I'm day trading them because I know I don't have the time to manage these more aggressive trades appropriately after all day throughout the day. And I know that other people are using the account for other portfolios we do here. And so that way I don't have to worry every single night what's going on or whether that stock is going to move higher or, make sure, did I close out that position? Did I not close out that position? If you're just in cash at the end of the session every day, then you don't have to worry about your position. You don't have to worry about what's going to happen the next day. It makes it a lot easier to manage. So that's why I tend to lean more towards the day trading more so than anything else, but especially when you're in volatile markets like a bottom or a top, not having that exposure overnight can definitely be a huge benefit as well. All right, so the 3 is below the 8 on that close. Let's go ahead, take our profit. We'll start to analyze some of the stocks for you guys. And Tony Chan coming in as the new VV Nation member. Welcome to the VV Nation, Tony. Glad to have you here today. Thank you for all your support. Welcome to the community. All right, let's go ahead, put that order in, wait for it to get filled real fast. And then we'll go ahead and move along to taking a look at some of the stocks you guys want to take a look at. So, PSFE. Come on, show me the fill. Show me the fill. Show me the money. Thank you, Gabriella. Hope you have a great rest of your day and happy holidays to you. All right. So getting into it, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the stocks you guys were talking about here. So, FLGC. SYTA. I definitely want to take a look at that again here for you guys. NVEI. What else? Hey, NVEI. I'm not finding that one here. Yeah, Facebook. Yeah, John, I knew there were some stocks that you were requesting. I just had to go back through the chat, try to find them. But hey, thank you for chiming in. I'll be glad to take a look at those. Facebook, DA. There we go. Exrof, EXROF, HD. What else do you guys want to take a look at? I know I may be missing something. Oh, yeah. We'll go ahead and take a look at JMIA as well. Got Extro in there, Archie. Don't worry. APPS. Oh man, Quay, that makes me laugh. It reminds me of the day, or a long time ago, Glenn did a video on Extro and called it Extrof because the American ticker. And in the comments, everybody was saying that's not the symbol. That's not the symbol. It's pronounced Extro. He got a lot of flack for that there. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some of these. Let's go zoom out a little bit. So FLGC, first and foremost, I don't like what we're seeing here. Yes, it may be a recovery play. It's in the marijuana industry. There's a lot of ifs, ands, or buts with that. I was hoping to see it start to recover once we're getting close to, Congress and getting into the session here this year, this time of the year. But the headlines have all been focused on the debt ceiling and defaults and all that kind of stuff. And so you haven't really seen the media push for it, and you haven't really seen the Democratic promise to get that on the books here so far this year. The year's almost done. So it's kind of been a dropping the ball situation, if you ask me. So I'd be careful with this until you start seeing the news changing to show that something is starting to improve. I'd be extremely cautious with this one. Let's go zoom out. 6 months, steadily moving lower. Not what you want to see. Let's go ahead and put on earnings. Earnings were starting to pick up, but once you started seeing earnings dissipating, remember, VectorVest earnings is different than anywhere else out there. The VectorVest earnings is not just the basic information you can find anywhere. It's not just that one or that quarterly announcement number. VectorVest earnings is taking in the historical earnings plus the analyst expectations or forecasted earnings 12 months down the road. So when you see this back around June of this year, you saw this big jump, that was most likely due to analysts expecting to see a nice rise in earnings for FLGC, expecting, some sort of decriminalization coming in during the sessions this year. Well, that has failed to do so, and you're now seeing analyst expectations and the actual earnings starting to dissipate here, and that's not a great sign for a long-term hold. SYTA, All right, so SYTA, apparently we were not able to hold that support. We saw support at $5.30 a share. Came tumbling back down. When it crossed below that, that was our sell signal. If you're going to try to buy and hold it or going to try to swing trade it, when we saw that, that was our clear warning sign. Cut it, move on. So had some decent opportunity there, but glad we had our line in the sand for everybody. So that way, hopefully nobody should be hurt from that drop here. Facebook. So to get to your question, Jonathan, asking, is Facebook still, a good time to jump in? Looking at the longer term trend, as I've been talking about for the last few months, we've had a lot of bearish divergences while the market was moving higher. Well, now what do we have? Let's use the freehand line. Price was moving lower. What is the DPO doing? DPO is moving higher, showing more positive momentum building up, even though price is moving lower. So do I like this? Yes. You, on a short-term basis, let me go ahead and delete that. You have the bullish divergence. You have the nice long tail off of that low here. And you also have the 3 and the 8 turning positive right now. And stochastics shows us that we still have more upside potential. So do I like this? Yeah, I like the look right now based off of what we're seeing. Yes, it's $331 a share, but as we've seen, Facebook is a money-making machine here. They sell so much data and they have so much advertising revenue coming in that they're a money-making machine off of that. So yeah, I like the setup from a technical standpoint. We still remain in a bull market. Yes, we're in the later stages of a bull market, but still in a bull market nonetheless. I like what we see with this one. Let's see what else we have. Nvidia steadily moving higher. Earnings steadily going up. Right now, I'd be a little careful. I'd be patient. If you haven't gotten in yet, you haven't really missed anything. Look at what's happened since, what date is this? The 4th of November. So for the last month or so, we just have a sideways move. You haven't missed out on anything with this. Be patient. Let the trade come to you.
let's see some new momentum pushing us to a breakout here. Or on the downside, maybe it's time for NVIDIA to cool off a little bit. We break down below 292. We could see a better buying opportunity in the future, but not right there. So right now, NVIDIA, keep on our radar, not really doing anything with it quite yet. Facebook looks good. I like the setup that we have here with that one. Extro. So Extro, I noticed this earlier, Jay. Extro's getting some love here today. I don't know if there's some news going on. I haven't had time to really look up or look into the news headlines, but Extro is seeing a nice update so far here today. Not necessarily on the greatest volume, but you saw the nice long tail here showing a lot of buying pressure coming in on that point. Follow through to the upside here. Move higher here. 388 getting ready to turn positive. And don't forget, this company did apply to join the NASDAQ. So to be in the NASDAQ, you have to have a price on your shares greater than $3. Therefore, that's about a 50-cent move higher from where we're currently at. And we need to see it be able to sustain those levels as well. Home Depot, yeah, this was one of the picks I had for the hot stock panel we did a week ago, or yeah, I believe it was last week. Home Depot was one of the stocks I added. I like the play. I like the stock. They're making money. This is definitely a great look. One thing I'd be a little concerned with, not necessarily the worst thing in the world, but you do have a potential short-term bearish divergence right now. And I say potential, an emphasis on potential, because as we know, it's not a it's not a true divergence or true breakdown until you see confirmation. But price here moving higher on a short-term basis, DPO moving lower. Use a trend line. Make sure that the DPO, that D trend or that downtrend in the DPO can be broken. But overall, it's a money-making machine coming into the holidays. It's a good look. I like what we see here with this one. I knew I was familiar with the booth in Vegas coming up at the beginning of January. A few of the guys in the office and I that are big Extro fans been trying to figure out a way of making a business trip for it. But yeah, I knew that they had that coming up. Is that it though? Because that's kind of old news on the Vegas thing coming up next month. That's been known for a while. All right, JMIA. Whoo-wee! In terms of Glenn, this is a great performer here. Who was it? Let's see. No, not that one. So Tangy held in yesterday, stuck with the JMIA trade, having it pay off here today, getting some love here today with this one. You closed right below that support at 1356. Got follow through, got that bounce here today. Next level up at $16, almost $17 a share. I like that setup as well. Apps gapped up. Be careful though. With a gap, as always, gaps tend to fill 90% of the time. The way you know if it's going to be filling or not is looking here at 53.96. That is the low of that gap up day. As long as it stays or as long as it closes above that low going forward, then it means the stock is moving higher. If it closes below that point, then that 90% chance of that gap filling comes into play. So be careful with that. Appreciate that, Thomas. So that's what I see with apps there, though. Apps making money. Analysts expect them to continue to make money. They're just struggling. Been range bound really for the last year. Nails. So what is this? Real estate. Getting a nice pop in real estate here. Bottom left, upper right. You saw the cooling off. You saw the cooling off a little bit from the beginning of the year when everybody was worried that the housing prices were skyrocketing because you saw, inflation worries starting to finally kick in. You saw the cost of building materials skyrocketing. every single week you had a new building material going up 100 to 1,000% for that week, and then tumbling right back down, whether it be lumber or nails or roof shingles or whatever else they wanted to call it. That was definitely sparking some fear. You saw a huge run there. Nice to see it cooling off a little bit. I like the look on this one though. You had the breakout, came back down, had a basically a double bottom here at this point, and then broke above this resistance level at 93.31, came back, retested it, bounced off. So could make the case for a pretty ugly cup and handle. This could be the cup here. You're not going to really get a whole lot out of it, and you're probably going to spill it all over yourself. So hopefully you're not drinking anything hot, but you could make the case this is the cup here. This would be the handle being formed and the bounce off going higher right now. Let's see what else we have. And then Apple. So Apple's been on a great run. We saw some hesitation. We saw some struggles coming back down to here. Let's go ahead and zoom in. I talked about this during our event. We had our hot stock panel that we had this support resistance zone right around 164, 165. We were looking at it here. I was saying I like it, but I need to see it be able to hold above that level. Well, it didn't. Came tumbling back down and for 2 days, came back to that support resistance zone, and now starting to break out. So new entry on Apple. I definitely like what we're seeing with that one. All right, so those are the stocks that you guys had set up to request. There was another one, NVEI cycle. I tried looking it up earlier. I wasn't able to find it there. Let's go ahead, take a quick look. DWAC. Yeah, we were looking at, so we were looking at it here. Made another run to a new high, pulling back once again. KPLT hasn't really been able to maintain a breakout. BEKE. So we got in at 2243. Let's go ahead and see where that is. 2243, right there, right at that resistance level. Our support right here, 2275, or wait, 2227. So therefore, as long as that holds there, we can maintain this sideways move slow and steady. That's what this stock's been about all day long. If it breaks 2275, we'll go ahead and cut it. At that point, we'll be down a little over 0.5%, manageable. But that's where I'm thinking on a line in the sand for that one. Wire. Oh yeah, Manju. Thank you for letting me know that one. Thank you for reminding me. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. So wire from a daily basis, not a whole lot of activity going on. Let's zoom out though. It's a Canadian stock. All right, we'll see if we can find it here. Looking at it from an end of day perspective, company is making money. Market has been rallying sharply over the last few days. However, this has not really been picking up with the market. You saw some selling pressure coming in here with wire on a short-term basis. Now, I want to make sure we're perfectly clear. The way I'm looking at this is from a technical basis and a short-term basis. If you're a long-term buy and hold investor, then what I'm telling you on a short-term basis is not really going to have an impact on you. But on a short-term basis, the 3 and the 8 cross negative here, after you saw some big tall wicks on these candles at that high, indicating selling pressure. Well, stock has been selling off or pulling back ever since that point. Looking from a technical standpoint, you don't have any real sense of divergences quite yet, so I'd be careful with that. Also, this line I believe is mine. It's telling me I've looked at this before. You can't really, it's kind of hard to see. Let's bolden that up a little bit. You guys can see it easier. DPO is steadily moving lower as price was steadily moving higher. You had those selling bars. You had the 3 and the 8 crossover. That's what came next. So instead of that 150, it's now down about $20 a share since we had, some signs of weakness coming in. And Apple big time, naked puts, calls, and stocks. Whew. I like the way you roll there, Marie. All right. So let's see. NVEI. NV. Yeah, I'm not seeing it here. If it's a Canadian stock, I don't have the Canadian version pulled up right now, unfortunately. So I can't get into the NVEI. Hey, Monica, hopefully you're doing well. Also, I just seen your name reminded me to ask, how is teaching your kids how to trade going for you? I remember you talking about that. I guess it's been maybe a few months ago or so, but hopefully that's going well. All right, let's see. BEKE still holding in. We've looked at these. Not really impressed with what we're seeing so far on a short-term basis. Let's see if we can get one more quick trade in here. Let's go back to Unisearch. Let's go ahead and run our favorite search here. Let's finish off the session. Let's finish off today's stream strong. ISIG, stepping lower, passing on that. See what else. BKKT. BKKT could be a very interesting one. Look at all that volume. Not necessarily for the long trade, but potentially for a short trade. RLX, we looked at that. Love just rocking and rolling higher. FLL. Whoo-wee. Let's see. CPOP. Be careful with this one, folks. What you see in the past is most likely what you're going to get in the future. Don't be a sucker for those. Same with that one. PPSI. Another one we can take a look at. All right, so PPSI, BKKT, and FLL. Let's go ahead and get those in here. Wait, what was that? FLL. All right, keep an eye on this one. Clearly, some type of news is coming out. You know what? As risky as this is, let's see if it pays off. I'm going to use that big drop as the low marker here. If it can close green right now, I'm going to get the trade ticket ready. I like what we're seeing with that one, though. It's going to be a riskier trade, letting you guys know that up front. I don't like what we're seeing with the other two currently. Let me get that trade ticket ready just in case. Waveland, Mississippi, good company. Interesting. What do they do exactly? All right, get the trade ticket ready. $9.06. All right, I put it in at 906. Let's see if we can get filled at that point. This is shooting from the hip a little bit on this one. But go big or go home, right, folks? The casino is open, Mark. All right, let's go. Am I going to get filled? PPSI got filled at 906. All right, have support 892. Let's see if we can get an explosive move. It's moving parabolic, so this could be an interesting one. We're not going to give it much wiggle room. See if we can finish off the last day of trading for charity strong. Come on, come on. This will be our last trade for the day. Did I do SNDL? I did not. I will be glad to take a look at that Mishka right after this one. I want to see if this is going to take off again. See if it has some parabolic moves, a second move higher. Just got to be patient. I'll take a look at that one in a second, though. 907, back in the green a little bit. Where's our resistance? At that high, 939. Starting, pulling back a little bit, forming a higher low. Oh, FLL has casino. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, very interesting. I have a good buddy of mine that moved down to Mississippi for work there and seems to be enjoying it. He's also a big, what is it? Mississippi State? No, not Mississippi State. Ole Miss fan. So he's been enjoying it there. All right, starting to see a little bit of a run. 2%. Come on, let's go. Let's go with this one. This is going to be a great way to finish out if we can break out to a new high here. Be impatient. Come on, let's go. I'm feeling a 10 and 10 kind of moment here, folks. Anybody else feeling it right now? There we go. 3%. Breaking past that 940. Are we going to be able to do it? Whoo-wee! There we go. Let's go. Let's go. 4% right now. Big moves coming in. Let's finish off strong. Come on. Got to close above that 940 range to show that it still has room. Saw some profit taking going on. We're going to be able to push. I've got the order for a market just in case I need to close out quickly. This is going to be a wild ride. I can feel it already. Come on, get back above 940. Got to be able to do that. Show you still have some strength in you. Let's go, let's go. Wrong way. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Jump on in, jump on in. Let's go. 940. Feeling the breakout any moment now. $10 in 10 minutes. Jay, I can think of worse ways to get $10 in 10 minutes, so, you know, there is that. All right, come on, come on. It's looking good. You're seeing a lot of activity going on all of a sudden. Breaking out to the new high. Come on, you got to be able to hold it. Got to be able to hold it. There we go. There we go. Hold that 940. Look at that buying volume coming in. Look at all that volume all of a sudden right at that 1 o'clock mark. Halfway there to the 10 and 10. Let's go, everybody. Let's go. Big move. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. It's still got some room. $943. It's holding above. Get back above 940. It's testing the waters at 940. Oh, yeah, right, Jay. Exactly. Come on, let's go. Don't quit on me now, PPSI. No. Lower volume, though. Look at that volume. Volume is relatively light on that minute. It's getting close to the end of the minute. Can it get back above 940? Come on. You can do it. Volume lighter than what it was running up to it. Are we going to be able to go? Come on. One last push. Once again, I have my trade ticket ready just in case I need to close out of it quickly. Come on, PPSI. You can get it. You know you want to. The pullback volume, really, really light here. Just like we saw before, that pullback. Nice long tail. Pullback. Nice long tail potentially being formed. Let's go. Let's go. There we go. So just a little bit of profit taking going on. We can handle that, but there are buyers on the other side waiting to buy that dip right there. That's a strong sign. We need to get above 940 though. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. 20 more seconds on this minute. It's gone from about 840 at the initial start of the run to 940. So it's gained $1. Let's see. In about 20 minutes, $1 a share in about 20 minutes. That's not bad. All right, come on. You can do it. You know you want to. No, wrong way. Wrong way. Stayed in PSFE based on some of what I've learned and did well. Awesome. Glad to hear it, Monica. Glad to see you're doing well in that one. And like I said, if it was just me and I haven't met my targets or gotten close to that breakout yet, I would still be sitting around waiting for that to happen. And so if it's starting to run now, there you go. But I wanted to see if I could find one more big mover here right before to end the Trading for Charity, the first annual Trading for Charity event here. Let's see if I can get 10 for 10. When did I get in? Just a couple of minutes ago. I guess it's been about 10 minutes. So I may not be able to do the 10 and 10. But let's see if I can have a decent gain here. Getting back up to that 940 resistance. Let's go. Let's see the breakout. Strong volume on that last minute there. 3 and 8 still remain intact. Let's go. Higher lows still being formed right now. Higher highs still being formed right now. I like the uptrend. A lot of momentum behind it. Need to see it break that 940 level though, to show that it still has some legs to go. Let's go. Let's go. 934, getting close to it. 930, bouncing around. Big push, 938, right at that previous resistance zone, right at those highs from earlier. Come on, you can do it. There we go. There we go. Let's go. Let's go. 960. Come on, take off. You can do it. Look at that buying volume coming in, folks. We are on the right side of the trade. We've got the wind to our sails. This is exactly what we want to have happen. 5%, 6%, bouncing around in between. Let's see if it closes close to that high here. If not, I'm going to take my 5%. Closing in the upper 50% of the range. That's okay. There we go. 6.5. Coming up on 7%. Let's go. Let's go. Seeing some weakness potentially. Getting halfway through the minute. Let's go. Almost there. Let's get to those double digits. Come on, folks. Let's see those double digit gains on the last trade here. 6.2, 6.5. Bouncing around between 6 and 7% right now. Closing at the high. Strong volume. Buyers are still coming in right now, even at these levels. That's what you want to see. I'm going to go ahead and close out of the trade ticket for the time being. Put that here. Turn that off. Zoom in a little bit. Get a better look at the trade right now. 950 roughly is our new support floor. Get my trade ticket up. I don't want to be able to, I want to be able to close out as quickly as I need to. Come on, come on. You saw the strong buying. Retest that support, bounce from there. There we go. Bounce off, start to move higher. Let's take out that previous high around 980. Let's go. We can do this. I want to get a double-digit winner. Hold. Move higher. Still a lot of buying pressure coming in, even at these levels. Tells us people are still interested in buying the stock at the 950 to 980 range. That is a good sign. We got in at 906. So we have about a 50-cent move so far in about 15, 20 minutes, maybe max. Not even. Indecision. I don't like seeing that candle there. Looking at volume. Volume is relatively light, so not a lot of conviction behind that candle there. There we go. Break past that high. New high inbound, maybe? Getting close. Come on, let's go. There we go. 8%. Let's keep going. You can do it. We're going to see that $10 marker get hit. Look at that buying pressure still coming in right now. 980. Come on. I know you got more in you. Closing in the upper 50% of that range. Strong volume. The buyers are still coming in right now. Let's go. Push higher. You can do it. Almost. About to turn green. There we go. There we go. Now this is a great trade so far. Up 9% so far in the trade. Getting close to that double-digit gain. We can do it. Hey, Mark, no worries. Thank you for thank you for all your support, Mark. Thank you for the super chats. Greatly appreciated. You have a great rest of your day and happy holidays there, Mark. All right, getting close. Come on, boys and girls. Come on, let's go. There we go. Getting close to that $10 range. Shooting for 20 and 20. Maybe, Jay. That'd be pretty sweet, though. Up 10%. Hitting that 9.6. 9.7. Let's break that $10 marker. Still seeing really strong volume. That's exactly what you want to see. This is exactly what we've been looking for. Breaking that $10 mark. Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. There we go. That 20 for 20 or 20 and 20 coming up pretty quickly. All right, almost there. 10.5. Toodles, Mark. 11. Woo-hoo-hoo! There we go. Let's go. Let's go. This stock is going to get halted here soon if it keeps going. Up 15% so far. Talk about a great way to end trading for charity. What a phenomenal last trade here. Up 15% right now. Look at that volume. A lot of buying volume coming in. That 906 marker is looking pretty good as an entry here. And it's still continuing. If it keeps going like it did last minute, it's about to get halted. There we go. Let's go. Jay, there's your 20 for 20. I think it just got halted, ladies and gentlemen. I believe we just got halted. Man, this has been fun. This is a great trade to finish off. So right now, as it stands at the halt at 10.95, we have a 20.86% gain so far on this trade. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Scared money don't make no money. That has been a great looking trade so far. Got some time to take a little bit of a breather. We got in. Let me pull up my report. Transaction log. Let's see. Where's my buy? Nah, that's going to be old. Where am I looking for? Actually, I can do it this way. Trade now. Ally. The PPSI. 113. So in 20 minutes, Jay, there you go. There's your 20 and 20. 20 minutes, 20%. Oh, man, that was awesome. The buying volume is probably people from here. Unless you're seeing somebody trading $4 million or putting $4 million, I don't think out of the people that are in here, we're seeing somebody drop $4 million on this trade. Sorry, but I don't think we're seeing that here. All right, let's go ahead. Now we've got a few minutes while, things settle a little bit. PPSI. Let's look at it on the end of day basis. All right, let's go 1 year. 12, where's that high? 1239. We have potential resistance right around 11. Let's see. I'm going to put an order in at 11.50. Let's go ahead and do that. So close position. I'm going to put a limit in. 11.50. Let's see if it can get filled right out of the gate. If it gaps up right out of the gate, then we're good. That was you, Quaid? Hey, well, thank you. Sure, Jay has it. Yeah, this may be Jay just helping us out here. All right, so I've got my order in, as you guys can see, pending at 11.50. It's about a 50-cent move from where it is. You know what? Just because of what Steve Chappell always tells me, never make it an even cent move or make it an even cent. So let's do, even though I'm giving up a penny, 11.49. Say yes. Updating the order. So 11.49 is my pending order. We can gap up. We've got that order filled. Whoo-wee! Yeah, this is definitely a good looking, fun trade so far. Great way to finish off trading for charity. Whoo! All right, so we've gotten hold of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. So it's either, typically it's going to be between a 5-minute and 8-minute halt for the first time around. Second time, I believe, is when it starts getting into potentially 10 minutes or so. Just going to have to be patient. Let's go. Cheers, everyone. PPSI. Pioneer Power. And Mishka, I want you to know I didn't forget about SNDL. I will take a look at that here in a moment. I don't want to miss. I don't want to be on another graph when this starts trading again. Let's see. Where's it going to open at? Or where's it going to open up at? Put in a stop loss at 1089. Let's see. Where's 1089 at? True, Jay. 1089. So right there, I'd be careful. If it opens up like that, or that could get closed out the second it opens up without having a chance to really move it all. There we go. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Let's go. 21.5. Behind the dip. Hey, no worries, Jim. Glad you can make it back, though. We still got plenty of time here with this one. Coming back to that support there. There's that 1089 being hit. Look at that tail. Love seeing that tail there. Come on. Got my order in at 11.50 or 11.49. 10.50 or 10.95 is holding. Let's see one last push. There's 11.28. Getting close to my fill. 11.47. There's 11.60. Woo-hoo! And folks, we are out. Yeah, there we go. Let's go ahead, pull that report up. View the trade history. 26.8% on that trade to finish off trading for charity. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Bringing the portfolio, and it's still going. Bringing the portfolio up 6% alone, or actually, yeah, over 6% alone just on that one trade. This is why it's so important. Cut your losers quickly. Let your winners run. All it takes is a couple of good trades like this, and that can wash away many bad trades and still leave your portfolio in excellent condition. So, everybody, thank you all for making Trading for Charity here been such an amazing event. As just as a quick mention, we do have the 28-day challenge coming up in about 10 days from now, about a week and a half. VectorVest.com/28. Go check that out. It's free. Make sure to sign up for that, whether you're a subscriber or even not a subscriber. Anybody can get some benefit out of that, helping them learn how to become a more consistent, systematic investor. If you haven't already, smash that like button for that 30% win we just had. And if you haven't subscribed already, what are you doing? You just saw a great trade in a matter of a few minutes. Why are you not subscribing already? Show your love. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And also, I want to mention as well, tomorrow we have a lot of great content coming for you guys. We have the mobile coaching session at 11 a.m. We have trending Thursdays at 2 p.m. with Glenn. So we have those to look forward to. Make sure to come hang out, say hi there. And on that, folks, let me jump into the homepage. Thank you all for being here. This has been something I didn't know exactly when I first came up with the idea of starting this Trading for Charity event. I didn't know how it was going to go. You guys have been absolutely amazing. VV Nation, you guys are definitely the best community out there, especially when it comes to making money here. Yes, SNDL, I will get that there. Thank you all for all your support. Thank you everyone who has had the ability to donate. Even if you haven't donated, thank you for being here, coming and hanging out. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Expectations have been absolutely shattered through the course of the last month. We have raised a lot of money to be able to donate, and we couldn't have done it without you guys. So you guys, I can't thank you enough. From the bottom of my heart, thank you, VV Nation, for all your support for the Trading for Charity event. I'm excited for what's in store going forward, and it gives me hope that next year will be even bigger and better. Now that we have kind of an idea of what we're doing here. This you have a plan, but at the same time, brand new event, you don't know how everything's gonna go. And luckily you guys made it a great time week in and week out. So once again, VV Nation, thank you for all of your support. And we really do truly appreciate it. So thank you for being part of the best community out there. All right, for Mishka, I will go ahead and take a look. Let's go see SNDL. SNDL, seeing a nice little bit of a run here, pulling back at 62 cents a share. This is an extremely risky play. Every single penny matters at that point. You can't, with a stock this low, you don't want to be on the wrong side of that. Zooming out, this is what you call a textbook dead cat bounce. You see a big skyrocket and then it comes tumbling back down to a new low. This is over the last 6 months. Let's go to a 1 year. Dead cat bounce here, dead cat bounce here, dead cat bounce here, dead cat bounce here. Be very, very, very careful with this. Out of all the stocks in the marijuana industry, you gotta be really picky. And the risk factor, you can reduce your risk even without having to get into the penny stocks. I've done a lot of presentations on it. Utilize VectorVest to help you make it the best decision to get in on the best marijuana stock play by utilizing the RS rating, the safety factor. Yes, there's a lot of speculative plays out there, but believe it or not, there are some plays in the marijuana industry that don't require as much risk. Utilize VectorVest to help you find those stocks, those candidates. If you like the marijuana industry, but you want to reduce the amount of risk your exposure to, utilize VectorVest, utilize that RS rating, and that can greatly help you out. All right, Sandeep, unfortunately, I do not have the time to take a look at other stocks. I do have to get going. We have some potential shopping coming up to go take care of because of you guys. Without you guys, this all couldn't have been possible. How did you catch the PPSI? Same way we've caught every single one of them. Daily boomers. We ran it, went through the list. PPSI was coming into the list towards the bottom. It just started moving, going back into it, zooming out. We saw it here. It had an explosive. Actually, I'll show what I saw. Oh. Let me go ahead, zoom in. So we saw this look right here. Moving sideways, no activity, then bam, right at 1 o'clock, saw explosive moves higher. Zooming in a little bit. What I did is I initially put a line in the sand right at this 892 level after that big drop. I got filled at 906 on that big up candle. Right here. And then that is what I jumped in on. So there you go. Robert, to donate, you click on the little dollar icon right below where you can type in messages, and that will take you to the super chat feature. You're welcome, Mishka. Hopefully you've enjoyed that. And look at folks, anybody still, just by curiosity, anybody out there still in the PPSI? I'm curious, because right now, if you are, you're up pretty right now. And this just tells me, I don't think it was VV Nation that was causing it. Not that 400,000 volume right there that we saw. This was all technical, and we made the right call. We followed our charts. We followed the plan. We took a little bit more risk. It was a speculative play. But as always, the reason why we can take these kind of risks, we can jump into these speculative plays, is because we had a plan in place and we traded our plan. We had our line in the sand. It never broke below that line in the sand. And in fact, just steadily rocketed higher all the way here. So once again, folks, stay systematic in your trading. That is the main thing to always remember. If you take anything away from this Trading for Charity event over the last month, it is plan your trade and trade your plan. And we've seen why right here. You've seen a great run. Now you're starting to see a little bit of weakness here. That may have been the high for the time being on a short-term basis. Look what we're noticing. I'm just going to use my lines here. As always, I like pretty colored lines in my graphs. Price moving higher. DPO potentially moving lower. So you do have a bearish divergence currently starting to form. Keep that in mind if you are still in it. Be careful. Don't hesitate to lock your profit in. Jay dared me to do a 20 and 20, and folks, we hit 20 and 20 on the dot. So there you go. Seeing is believing. That just shows the power of the VectorVest software. That just shows the power of staying systematic and seeing how cutting your losers quickly to allow your winners to really thrive can really help you stay on the right track. Not getting emotional in your trades. You know, we're having some fun with it. We talk to our trades, but that is not emotion. That's more for entertainment value. It's a lot more boring when you don't have a awesome community to trade with. So thank you all for tuning in here this year. You guys have made Trading for Charity an amazing event, and I hope you all have a great holiday season. Be safe out there. Take care. Stay systematic in your approach. And as always, we will see you guys